Good evening, everyone. I'm so honored and grateful to be here beside all of you. I'm especially proud to have my mom and grandma here in the second row. I mean, who doesn't want to make their grandma proud? Now you know a little bit about me, that I'm an organizer, a son, that I believe in the fundamental right to dignity and freedom for each and every one of us. What you don't know is that I'm also a partier, that I'm a worrier, and that I think I'm a good friend. My story also didn't come from nowhere. I owe my life and my work to my parents, my guardians, those who loved and held me, the ancestral leaders who struggled to not be extracted, exploited, and made extinct. They were Black and brown, immigrant and indigenous, trans and queer, sisters and brothers. And they were scared and brave. My life does not exist in a silo, and my existence has not been without casualties. There were too many moments when my tongue lay still, where trauma was silenced, where shades of brown were mocked and buried. I once thought I could march onward alone. I hoped we could act without bearing the weight of our history. I believed we could plan for our opponents to just wither away. But the ghouls of the past never subsided, and those assumptions were finally shattered this past November. I still remember the stale taste of hummus and chips on my mouth and stained tears on my face as I stood stunned at an election night party as the results populated our computer screens. The living dead were unapologetic once more, re-emerging from their boardrooms, their vacation homes, and from behind polite smiles. The results stared me down and demanded more of me, more of us. No longer could we wait for leaders to arrive and save us. Now, I realized, was our moment to face and uproot the true architects of our moral, political, and climate crisis, the corrupt CEOs and politicians who believe this world is reserved for the few who live, who think, and who look like them. I organized fast by moving slow, by harnessing the power of relationships, building accessible and direct actions for those who may not already see themselves as activists, but who share the same desire for an America for all of us. Bound by a bold shared vision for a world without climate chaos and that uplifts our racial, gender, and class identities, we are creating the movement for the aunt who cannot afford a day off, for the classmate who is too afraid to be visible, and the sibling who has lost faith in our rigged system. When we make our demands loud and clear directly to those who are supposed to represent us, we force the decision maker and the oppressed to make a choice. Are you with the culprits or are you with us? For the sake of our communities, our families, and ourselves, it is our duty to win. We will win by out-organizing white nationalists, out-dreaming establishment politicians, and out-maneuvering the fossil fuel elite. And we are already on our way. Young people have been leading the movement renaissance we see all around us. We marched for Black lives, occupied Wall Street, built the political revolution, and fought polluters blow for blow. Join us. Join those you've seen on this stage tonight. Join your neighbors marching in the streets and seizing positions of power for the people. You know, I'm going to grab this mic right here, actually. Please rise. Is this on? Please rise if you can. Please stand if you can. And I'm going to close with a chant from Hera Syndulla, a rebel from Star Wars. And if you can, please repeat after me. We will not be broken by fear. For we are united by our courage. We will not stand down. For now is our time to rise up. For now is our time to rise up. Thank you all. Thank you, Brower Awards. Thank you, Storyline Media. Together, we will build the just world we know is possible, and I'll be there right with you. Onwards.